Non-league Macclesfield produced one of the biggest shocks in FA Cup history on Saturday, defeating holders Crystal Palace 2-1 in a dramatic third-round encounter at Moss Rose that sent the home crowd into raptures. Captain Paul Dawson and Isaac Buckley-Rickett scored on either side of halftime as the hosts, coached by John Rooney, the younger brother of former England captain Wayne Rooney, stunned Oliver Glasner's Premier League side, who sit 117 places above Macclesfield in the English football pyramid. Elsewhere in the FA Cup third round, Man City demolished League One side Exeter City 10-1 at the Etihad Stadium. Rico Lewis scored twice and Rodney netted his first goal in 20 months as Pep Guardiola's side ran riot. Samayo opened his City goal-scoring account on debut, while Rhiners Nico Riley and 17-year-old Ryan McAdoo also found the net. 2 own goals and youngsters Max Aline's first senior strike compounded Exeter's misery in one of the heaviest defeats of the round. Pressure intensified on Tottenham Hotspur boss Thomas Frank after his side was knocked out of the FA Cup following a 2-1 home defeat to Aston Villa, despite a spirited second-half response. Frank endured a difficult read after inadvertently being pictured using a coffee cup bearing Arsenal's crest ahead of Wednesday's 3-2 loss to Bournemouth. Goals from Emilio Bendio and Morgan Rogers put Villa in control during the first half, handing Spurs a 4th defeat in 7 matches. Following the final whistle, Frank accused Villa striker Ollie Watkins of provoking a post-match confrontation. Tottenham have been involved in several flashpoints in recent months, including heated exchanges after the Bournemouth defeat. Christian Romero was also serving an additional 1-match FA suspension against Villa for failing to leave the field promptly after his red card against Liverpool last month. On Sunday, Brighton secured their first FA Cup victory over Manchester United, ending the Red Devils' hopes of salvaging a turbulent season with silverware. Danny Welbeck once again haunted his former club, scoring against United as Brighton claimed a 2-1 victory at Old Trafford. Brian Gruder gave the visitors an early lead before Welbeck struck his 7th goal against his boyhood side. Manchester United bowed out under interim boss Darren Fletcher in what is expected to be his final match in charge, capping a chaotic week that began with the dismissal of Ruben Amorim after 14 disappointing months. Barcelona edged Real Madrid 3-2 to lift the Spanish Super Cup in Saudi Arabia, with Raphinha scoring twice in the final Sunday night. The Brazilian inadvertently netted the decisive goal in the 73rd minute after slipping during his strike, with the ball deflecting off Madrid's defender Raul Asensio and wrong-footing Thibaut Courtois. The match featured a frenetic first half that produced 3 stoppage time goals, 2 for Real Madrid and 1 for Barca, in a thrilling contest between rivals. In American football, the NFL's wildcard weekend delivered a series of dramatic finishes, with 4 of the 5 games decided by a single score. The Chicago Bears staged a remarkable comeback to defeat division rivals Green Bay Packers 31-27 on Saturday night. Second-year quarterback Caleb Williams threw a 25-yard game-winning touchdown pass to DJ Moore with 1:43 remaining, completing an 18-point comeback. Chicago, who trailed 21-3 at halftime and 21-6 entering the fourth quarter, outscored Green Bay 25-6 in the final period to secure their first playoff win in 15 years. Williams threw for 361 yards and 2 late touchdowns despite 2 interceptions, while Jordan Love passed for 323 yards and 4 touchdowns for the Packers. The Bears sealed the win when Javan Brisker broke up a final end zone pass as time expired. Earlier, the Los Angeles Rams edged the Carolina Panthers 34-31 after quarterback Matthew Stafford engineered a late 70-yard drive, finishing it with a 19-yard touchdown pass to Colby Parkinson with 38 seconds remaining. Stafford threw for 304 yards, 3 touchdowns, while Puka Nacua starred with 10 receptions for 111 yards and 2 total scores. Bryce Young passed for 264 yards and scored a rushing touchdown for Carolina, but the Panthers just fell short. On Sunday, the San Francisco 49ers ended the defending champions Philadelphia Eagles season with a 23-19 victory in Philadelphia. Brock Purdy threw for 262 yards with 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, while Christian McCaffrey finished with 114 yards from scrimmage and 2 touchdown catches. San Francisco overcame the loss of tight end George Kittle to a torn Achilles and will face the top-seeded Seattle Seahawks in the divisional round. The Buffalo Bills claimed their first road playoff victory in 33 years with a 27-24 win over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Josh Allen battled through head, hand, and knee injuries to throw 1 touchdown and rush for 2 more, including a game-winning 1-yard keeper with 1:04 remaining. Trevor Lawrence threw 3 touchdowns for Jacksonville, but it was intercepted late to seal the outcome. The New England Patriots defeated the Los Angeles Chargers 16-3, with second-year quarterback Drake May impressing on his playoff debut by throwing 268 yards and a touchdown while also rushing for 66. The Patriots defense sacked Justin Herbert 6 times, limiting the Chargers to 207 total yards. In Pakistan Super League news, newly inducted Sialkot franchise owner Hamza Majid vowed that merit would be the sole criteria criterion for team selection, rejecting any form of favoritism. Speaking at his first media conference at the Sports Journalists Association Lahore's office at the National Hockey Stadium, Hamza said the franchise would prioritize selecting top Pakistani players, followed by Australians. There will be no Parchi system in our team. Decisions will be taken on merit, he said, adding that Australian coaches would also be considered if the best local options were unavailable. Hamza's OZ Group selected the Sialkot franchise for a record 1.85 billion rupees at the PSL auction held in Islamabad on Thursday. When Sri Lanka reached 160 for 6 in 12 overs when Dashan Shanaka smashed 34 off 9 balls, Kusal Mendes, Kamil Mishra and Danje Da Silva, Charit Asalanka and Janet Leanji all contributed fast runs. Rain caused a 2-hour and 20-minute delay, which resulted in play being reduced to 12 overs per side. Additionally, bowling became much more challenging due to a wet outfield, which made it tough for seamers and spinners to grasp the ball. But regardless of circumstances, this was a run fest, with Pakistan scoring 12.25s per over and Sri Lanka scoring at 13.3 through their innings. Ultimately, Sri Lanka's bowlers produced enough incisive deliveries to stall the opposition. Among the destroyers, Wandu Hasaranga was the most effective, taking 4 for 35 in his 3 overs. With 45 runs from 12 balls, Captain Salman Ali Agha had the especially daring innings of the chase. Pakistan might have had the drive to cross the finish line if he had just survived 2 more overs. The San Antonio Spurs claimed a hard-fought 100-95 victory over the Boston Celtics, with Victor Wembanyama scoring 16 of his 21 points in the second half, including a game-winning jumper with 19.2 seconds remaining. Keldon Johnson posted 18 points and 10 rebounds, while De'Aaron Fox added 21 for the Spurs. Jaylen Brown had 27 and Derek White scored 29, but the Celtics suffered their third loss in 12 games. Brown later criticized the officiating, singling out crew chief Curtis Blair after Boston attempted only 4 free throws. "I'll accept the fine," Brown said. "I thought it was some bull expletive tonight." The injury-plagued Denver Nuggets defeated the Milwaukee Bucks 108-104 on Sunday night thanks to 25 points from Tim Hardaway Jr. and 23 from Aaron Gordon. For the Nuggets, Peyton Watson also had 19 points, 8 rebounds and 6 assists. The 4th-year guard has averaged 23.7 points and 6.9 rebounds per game during his team's last 7 games. Zeke Nanji recorded his first double-double of the year with 14 points and 11 rebounds.